Okay, so today we're going to be learning about trigonometry. SOHCAHTOA. Let me just write that down. SOHCAHTOA. And we're also going to be learning about, and these all have to do with a right triangle. So there's opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. And if you look closely at SOHCAHTOA, O opposite, A adjacent, or adjective, adjacent probably, and hypotenuse is H. So, which is sine OH. Opposite hypotenuse, which means it's opposite over hypotenuse. And ka is adjacent over hypotenuse. And toa is opposite over adjacent. Sine, cosine, tangent. Let me just show you a picture of a calculator. See this. So it's sin, sin, cos, tan. Once I thought it was like sin, cos, tan, but then they learned it was sine, cosine, and tangent. I only learned that like a few days ago. Yeah, so the Pythagorean Theorem, you probably heard this equation, but if you didn't, here it is. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Means the square root of A squared plus B squared equals C. And here's some pictures I found on the web. So the formula. Okay, found an equation. Let's see an example. Sorry, I have a sister that plays with toys. Yeah, she's 5. So here's an equation I found. Right triangle, 13 and 12. And then there's A. So here's the equation that you need to solve. So let's test what you know. Write how you think you can solve this equation in the comment section below. And so here's the equation. A equals the square root of C squared minus B squared. And so that means, and since we know what these sides are, we're trying to find the value of A, we're going to do, and so A squared equals C squared minus B squared. I think that's a D. It's supposed to be B, which means A equals the square root of 13 squared minus 12 squared. 13 squared is 169 and 12 squared is 144, which means A equals the square root of 169 minus 144 minus 144. And 169 minus 144 is 25, which means A equals the square root of 25, which means A equals 5. So A equals 5. Now, so if you don't know what square root is, the square root is basically the inverse of squaring. So like if you take like something squared and you square root it, it takes what you squared. It gets you what it squared. And here's some proof of the Pythagorean Theorem. And hopefully you see this is Google. So a large square is the side length of A plus B. The Pythagorean Theorem was one of the earliest theorems known to ancient civilizations. So bye.